Hello, Aubrey Plaza.
Hello, Pop Buzz.
How are you?
Fine.
Yeah, good. I saw your film.
No, you didn't.
I did, and it was really good. Ingrid Goes West. Tell us about it and your character.
Well, it's a movie that's about a character named Ingrid, which is who I play, who has some mental problems and troubles, connecting and having relationships, and she becomes obsessed with this Instagram star played by Elizabeth Olsen, so much so that she decides to move across the country to be friends with her after she comments on one of her posts.
As one does.
Exactly.
She's a really complex character in the sense that she does some terrible, terrible things, and she's obviously got some issues going on, but you also end up rooting for her, and she's very relatable as well.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of an odd thing to admit, but I was watching it going, yeah, I see a little bit of myself in there. How did you feel playing that character? Was that something similar for you?
Yeah, I did feel like I related to Ingrid. I think, the stuff that she does in the film is really questionable and not good, but it comes from a place that I think we can all relate to, just feeling really misunderstood and wanting so bad to have a friend or wanting someone to like you. And I think we can all relate to that. And I think her behavior, on Instagram and all that, is kind of like the most extreme version of how we all interact with social media. But I think most of us have the self-control to not let it spiral, but she can't help herself.
Nor can I.
Me neither, babe. Me neither.
Was there anyone you based the character on, your performance? Was there anyone you had in mind, or?
Well, I think just as a movie, we thought a lot about King of Comedy and To Die For, and movies that Taxi Driver, movies that kind of had these anti-hero characters where you're not supposed to look up to them because what they're doing is not okay, but you still kind of root for them and have compassion for them. So I think when I approached the character, I thought about it. I thought about trying to make her feel like a real human being and having the movie feel like almost like a character study in a way.
The object of Ingrid's obsession, Taylor Sloan, she's also obviously kind of got that fickle, inauthentic side to her, and I found myself, even though she's the victim in the story, I actually kind of ended up hating her more. Does that make sense? I was wondering what you thought of the dynamic between the two characters. And
yeah, I think it's interesting because you kind of have two characters that are actually more similar than you would think, because they're both pretending.
Yeah.
But they're just pretending in different ways. So which way is worse? I don't know. But I think by the end of the movie, they both have these kind of authentic moments of self-awareness, where their real self kind of comes through. And I think it's interesting that in the moment that they both kind of confront each other in a real way, you almost can see how they maybe could actually be friends. But they're so, damaged and blocked.
Yeah, I love that ending, and obviously without giving anything away, it is kind of open-ended. I feel like there is room for the next part of the story. Is that something in the works, something you'd like to do?
Ingrid goes east,
And maybe north?
Ingrid goes south,
yeah,
Ingrid goes
that's
north.
The one.
We have a couple different directions we can go in. 3, actually. Just 3. Well, northwest, I don't know.
Northwest.
We could keep it going for a while.
What do you, in Instagram, I know you use it, and you've got a private account and a public account. What's the differences between your, public one and your private one?
I would say, I don't know. My private one is just, a lot of inside jokes and stuff with my friends, that I would never share publicly because no one would care about things that they don't, or maybe they would. But my public one is for me just more of a tool to kind of share what I'm up to with all my followers, which, I'm assuming that maybe some of them care. So it's just like a way to kind of do that myself and have control over it myself, so that I can tell the story that I want to tell
Is there anything that you love or hate about the platform? What's your kind of feelings on it all?
I mean, I honestly, the only thing I love about it is just being able to keep up with my friends, you know, that are far away from me, my family. That's what I love about it. But I generally just don't like it that much. I think that there's a kind of an addictive element to it, and that part I really don't like, because I think it kind of feeds on that part of your brain that just like wants that little like hit of serotonin or something, like, and I just think it's kind of manipulative and kind of creepy.
Yeah, and you can get lost in it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about, I feel like I see your face every day because I'm on Tumblr a lot, and there's a lot of memes around April from Parks and Rec.
I bet.
Do you follow those accounts?
No. You think I want to see a bunch of images of my face like every day? That's like a nightmare.
But do you? What I was going to ask, like, do people come up to you all the time and quote those things at you and quote those memes and stuff? Is it?
No, not really. But I don't know. No, not really. In like airports or something.
Yeah,
no.
You're over it.
I'm not over it. I think it's great. Meme away. GIF away. I'm all for it. I love the response that people have to Parks and Recreation. So I'll never be over that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
You too.